Okay, hi everyone. My name is Long, and welcome back to my English journey. And today we will practice shadowing with the interesting material about the stress. Oh, okay, so let's start.
Everybody, welcome to
Welcome
this
this A2
A2
English
English listening
practice
practice
video.
video.
You
You can
can
use
use
this
this
video to
video to
practice your
practice your
listening
listening
and
and
comprehension
comprehension as
as
I
I
speak.
speak. Before we
Before we
start,
start, remember to subscribe to
the
channel,
channel,
click
click
on
on the
the bell,
bell,
and
and
follow
follow us
us
on
Instagram.
You
You
ready?
ready? You ready?
So
So
today,
today,
I'm
I'm
going to
gonna
talk about
stress.
This might
This
not be
might
the
not be a
funnest topic,
funnest topic,
it's
but it's
definitely
definitely
an important
an
one.
important one.
We
We
all
all
feel
feel
stressed
stressed sometimes,
whether
whether
it's
it's
every
every
day
day or
or
just
just
once
once
in
in
a
a
while.
while.
But
Nobody
nobody is
is
stress-free.
stress-free.
First, let's talk about some of the main causes
in our lives,
causes
and
of
then
stress
we'll
in
talk a
our
little
lives.
bit
And
about
then
how
we
to
will talk
relieve
about a little bit
stress.
about relief
So,
stress.
the first
So
thing
first
that
thing
comes
that
to mind
comes to
when talking
mind
about
when talk about stress is work.
For most
For most
adults,
adults,
work is a
mandatory
responsibility.
responsibility. Even if you're stay-at-home mom, your daily life
One
is
of
full of
the
work.
elements
One of
of
the
the
elements
workday
of
that
work
causes
that causes stress is the commute. The word commute refers to the journey to and from work.
For
For people that live in big cities, their commute can be long and stressful.
I've talked
I've
to people
talked
before who have
people
told me
before
that it takes them 2
who
hours
have
to get to
told
work
me
and
that
2
it
hours to get
takes
home.
them 2 hours
I
to
can't
work. I
imagine
can't
having
imagine
that kind
having
of
that
commute.
kind of
I would
commute.
hate
I would
being
hate
stuck in
being stuck
traffic
in the
every
traffic
morning
every
and
morning
evening.
or
How
an
about
evening.
you?
How about you?
long is
How
your
long
commute to work?
is your
Another
commute to
reason
work?
why our work can
Another
stress
reason
us
why
out
our work
is
can be
because we
stressed out
have
now
deadlines.
is because
Deadlines are
time limits for
work.
finishing work.
For example,
For example,
many workers
many
have
workers have a
deadlines for
deadline
all their
for all the
projects. And if they
and
don't
if
meet
they
their
don't
deadlines, they get
they
in
get
trouble.
in
Deadlines
trouble.
are especially
Deadlines
hard
are
for
especially
people who
hard for people
procrastinate. People who procrastinate don't
People who
start their work
procrastinate
until the
don't start
deadline
their
is
work
very
until
near.
the deadline is
This
very
can
near.
cause a lot of
Can
pressure
cause a
for
lot of
workers
pressure for workers
because
they need to work really hard and really fast.
Okay,
Okay, another source of stress
people's
in the
lives
people's
is their
lives in their relationships.
Of course,
Of course,
relationships
relationships
usually bring positive
things to
when
our
it
lives,
comes to
but when it
relationships,
comes
there
to
are always
relationships,
difficulties.
there are always
One great
difficulties.
example of
One
this
great
is
example of
marriage.
this is a
Being
marriage.
married is
Being
definitely a
married is
challenge.
definitely
You
a
have
challenge.
to work
You
together
have
as
to
a
work
team,
together
you
as a
have
team.
to
You have to communicate
and you have to
well.
solve
They have to
problems.
solve
This
problems.
isn't easy.
This
There are
isn't
always going to
easy.
be arguments,
This
miscommunications,
isn't
and plenty of other
is
difficulties.
this isn't
And
easy.
when you
When
experience
you
these
experience
things
this
in your
thing
marriage,
in your
it's
marriage,
definitely
it's definitely stressful.
One other
One other
relationship
relationship
that
that can be stressful is your relationship with your children.
Children
Children can go through many phases when they grow up,
and it's
and it's not easy to deal with these changes. It's hard for children and for parents.
As children deal
As
with
children
changes in
deal
their
with the
lives,
changes in
they
their lives, they
often
often make
mistakes.
mistakes.
Parents have to help
Parents
their
have to
children
help
learn
their
from
children
their
learn from their
mistakes,
mistakes, and they have to teach them and guide them.
Needless to say,
Needless
this can be
to
really
say, this
stressful.
can be really stressful.
Now
All
let's
right,
talk about
now
how to
let's talk about how to de-stress. When you feel stressed because of our work, there are several ways we can relieve that stress. One of the best way to do this is exercise. When we exercise, we can take our mind off of work. Also,
exercising
releases
in the brain.
endorphins in our brain.
Endorphins
Endorphins in the
that give you a
chemicals that
positive
give you
feeling.
positive
It
feeling.
feels good
It
to
feels good
exercise,
to exercise.
and
You can
usually
usually
feel
feel
relaxed
relaxed
afterwards.
afterwards.
Another way to
de-stress
is to
to
spend time with your family.
For example, I like to play board games with my family, which allows me to have fun and relax a little bit. One other thing I like to do to relieve stress is read.
When you
When you read, you can forget about all the stressful
things
things in your life.
and you
You
can
can
escape
escape
bit.
for a little bit.
Reading is a great
Reading is a
tool to
way
relieve
to relieve
If you're
stress.
feeling
If
stressed
you're
out
feeling
from
stressed
certain
down from a certain
relationships in your
relationship
one of
in
the
your
best
life, one
ways
of
to
the
relieve
best way
this
to
stress
relieve
is to
this
communicate
stress
how
is
you're
to
feeling.
communicate
If
how
you're
you
able
feel.
to talk to your
But
spouse
you talk
or
about your
children
spouse
or whoever
or
it is
children or
about your
whoever it
issues,
is
this can help
about
you
your
improve
issues.
your
It can help you to
relationships
improve
and
your
feel less
relationships
stressed.
and feel
Alright,
less
now I'm
stressful.
gonna ask you
Alright,
some
now I'm asking you
questions
some
about
questions
today's
about
video
today's
to
video
see how
well you understood.
Number one,
Number one,
what are
what are
deadlines?
deadlines?
Number two,
Number two,
what
what happens when children deal with
changes in their
changes
lives?
in
And
their
number
lives?
three, what's
Number
one way
three,
to
that's
de-stress?
a way to de-stress. Okay, remember to subscribe to the channel, click on the bell, and follow us on Instagram,
for more English
Instagram,
tips and lessons. I'll see you next time.
Instagram. Okay, so let's do it again.
Hey everybody,
Hey everybody,
welcome to this
A2 English listening practice video.
You can use this video to practice
your listening and comprehension as I speak. Before we start, remember to subscribe to the channel, click on the bell, and follow us on Instagram.
You ready?
You ready?
So today, I'm
gonna
going to
talk about stress.
This might
This might not be the funnest topic, but it's definitely an important one.
We all
feel stressed sometimes, whether it's every day or just once in a while. But nobody is stress-free. First, let's talk about some of the main causes of stress in our lives. Then we'll talk about a little bit how to relieve stress. So the first thing that comes to mind when I talk about stress is work. Most adults work is mandatory. Even if you're a stay-at-home mom, your daily life is full of work. One of the elements of work day that causes stress is a commute. The word commute refers to the journey to and from work. For people that live in big cities, their commute can be long and stressful. I've talked to people before who have told me that it takes them 2 hours to get to work. I can't imagine having that kind of commute. I would hate being stuck in the traffic every morning and evening. How about you? How long is your commute to work? Another reason why our work can be stressed out is because we have deadlines. Deadlines are the time limits for finishing work. For example, many workers have deadlines for all their projects, and if they don't meet their deadlines, they get in the trouble. Deadlines are especially hard for people who procrastinate. People who procrastinate don't start their work until the deadline. This can cause a lot of
pressure
this
for
can
workers
cause a lot of
because
pressure
they need
for
to
the
work
workers
really
because
hard
they need to
and
work
really
really hard
fast.
and really
Okay,
fast.
another
Okay,
source
another
of
source
stress in
of
people's
stress in
lives
the
is their
people's lives,
relationships.
their
Of
relationships.
course,
Of
relationships
course,
usually bring
relationships
positive
usually
things to
bring
our lives,
positive
but
things
when
to
it comes
our
to
lives, but
relationships,
when it
there
comes
are
to
always
relationships, there are
difficulties.
always
One great
difficulties.
example
One
of
great
this is
example of
marriage.
this is
Being
marriage.
married
Being
is
married
definitely
is
a challenge.
definitely a
You have to
challenge.
work together as
You
a
have to work
team,
together
you
as a
have to
team. You have
communicate
to
well, and you
communicate
have to
well, and
solve
you have to
problems.
solve
This isn't
problems.
easy.
This is
There are
this
always going to be
this isn't
arguments,
easy.
miscommunications, and plenty of other
This isn't
difficulties.
easy.
And
This is this isn't this isn't easy. This isn't easy. This isn't easy. This isn't easy. Okay, this isn't easy.
miscommunications, and plenty of other
Friendly
difficulties.
other
And when you
difficulties, and when
experience
you
these
experience
things in your
these
marriage,
things
it's
in your
definitely
marriage,
stressful.
it's definitely
One other
stressful.
relationship that can be
One
stressful
other
is your
relationship that can be
relationship
stressful in
with
your
your children.
relationship.
Children
Children go through many phases
when they grow
when
up,
they grow up,
and it's
and it's not easy to deal with these changes.
It's hard for
It's
children
hard for
and
children
for
and for
parents.
parents.
As children
As the
deal
children
with
deal
changes in
with
their
the changes
lives,
in
they
their lives,
often
they
make
often make
mistakes.
mistakes.
Parents
Have to help their children to learn from their mistakes, and they have to teach them and guide them.
Needless to say,
Needless to say, this can be really stressful.
now let's talk
All
about
right,
how to
now let's talk
de-stress.
about how to de-stress. When you feel stressed because of our work, there are several ways we can relieve that stress. One of the best ways to do this is to exercise. When we exercise, we can take our mind off of work. Also, exercising releases endorphins in our brain. Endorphins are chemicals that give you a positive feeling. It feels good to exercise. You usually feel relaxed after work. Another way to de-stress is to spend time with your family. For example, I like to play board games with my family, which allows me to have fun and relax a little bit.
One other thing
I like to do to de-stress is read. When you read, you can forget about all the stressful things in your life, and you can escape for a little bit. Reading is a great tool to release.
If you're feeling stressed out from certain relationships
in your life, one of the best ways to relieve this stress is to communicate. If you're about to talk about your spouse, sorry? Spouse.
Spouse.
Spouse. Husband or wife. Fill in your spouse names here. Fill in your spouse name here. Spouse's name here. Fill in your spouse's name here. Fill in your spouse's name here. Okay.
Vừa vừa xếp một con
Bữa học bài. Okay, so okay, I think we can learn some new vocabulary. Let me call the Sesame AI and I mean Maya.
What?
Dear the planet. Maya, đừng để bố phải nói nhiều với con.